Good morning, folks. Welcome to a new episode of Rangers in Isolation. Myself and Liam, we're out here this morning, and our initial plan was to film some birds, but it is, as you can see, quite a overcast morning, so the light's not great for that. So we decided we're going to change our game plan a bit and maybe go past the hyena den. That was in one of our earlier episodes, see if there's any activity there, and then head towards the northeastern corners of MalaMala, see if we can find anything out there around Clarendon. And then also Mike and Piet, they are out this morning as well. I think they are looking for some wild dogs that were seen yesterday, so I think at some point we'll meet up with them and assist them in looking for the wild dogs. But for now, we're just going to continue towards the hyena den and see what we can find.
Good morning, folks. So you can see Mike there looking at tracks on the ground. And Mike is extra happy this morning because he discovered a coffee flask which he thought he'd lost. We've come back into the same area where we had that pack of Cape hunting dogs yesterday. The reason is we suspect that they may be denning somewhere on the reserve. Not all of the pack members were viewed yesterday morning, which leads us to believe that perhaps one of them, or two of them rather, have stayed behind at the den. Could be wishful thinking, but we'll try and find out.
Alright, folks, our anti-poaching team just managed to spot some wild dogs. We're quite sure it's the wild dogs that Piet and Mike were looking for, even though they were looking completely in the wrong place. Myself and Liam, we just happen to be much closer, so we're just rushing there now and see if we can find those wild dogs for Piet and Mike. Alright everyone, so we're now in the area of where our AP unit has spotted a pack of Cape hunting dogs. We are looking around for them. They refer to the area by the name of Midday rocks, which are these rocks over there. So now we're going to keep a lookout for, firstly, the APU vehicle, and secondly, the pack of Cape hunting dogs.
So far these Cape hunting dogs have gotten the better of us. We haven't managed to catch up with them. We are gonna stop and have a quick coffee break because we've met up with another vehicle. Jaco and Liam. You guys have any luck this morning?
Nope, not yet.
That's the attitude, folks. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Still nice to be out there.
So we are going to have this cup of coffee, maybe have one last look for where these dogs might be, and then maybe go work around Mlawati Dam.
We haven't come across the Cape hunting dogs just yet. They ran into quite a thick block of land off the road before we got even anywhere close to viewing them. So now what we're doing, myself and Jaco, we are driving in the Nwana Nona Shmeni Donga. Quite a tongue twister that, but we're hoping that maybe they've come through this donga, this drainage line, this old riverbed, seeing if their tracks cross through here. Piet and Mike, they've gone around on the other side, seeing if their tracks come across through there, and we're going to see if we can maybe come across them. But also the pride of lions, the Nkohuma pride, that have been seen in this area as well. So we're also going to keep a lookout for any sign of them, listening out for maybe their calls, their tracks. You never know what we might come across. Jaco, what have you just seen? I've just managed to spot a lioness just lying down here in the grass while we were looking for the wild dogs. So we're going to approach her now and see how she reacts. Probably one of the Nkohuma lionesses. Alright folks, so we've been able to identify this lioness, and She belongs to the Nkuhuma pride, and how we're able to do that is that her right eye is blue or murky. It's one of the defining features of this pride, is that this pride has this lioness that does have this blue eye that helps us to identify them. There you go, that's nice.
Rolling.
Alright folks, so the single lioness is just lying over there, and Piet and Mike have now joined us as well.
Folks, yes, Liam and Jaco found this lioness. Quite easy to see who she is. She's got a blind right eye. One of the lionesses from the Nkuhuma pride. They're quite fresh tracks of the rest of the pride in the immediate area, so I don't think they'll be too far away. Just watch her for a little bit, and either she gets up and leads us to the pride, or we'll drive around, see if we can find them.
That's not good.
She's got a broken leg.
Is it broken?
Well, it's not. No, it's not broken. It's just not looking very healthy.
Alright folks, so something's a little bit unfortunate that's happened. While we were watching the single lioness, she started to wake up, she started grooming herself, so cleaning her paws, cleaning her body. As she started to move off, we noticed that she was limping quite severely on her back right leg. She wasn't putting any pressure on it, not even putting it down on the ground. So it's quite unfortunate that that's happened. We assume that they took down a buffalo quite recently that they were feeding on, and this could be the result of that hunt going a bit awry for this lioness. Buffaloes are extremely powerful animals and severely heavy animals as well, and if it fell on her, or she might have got hit by the horn, we don't know what happened, but she's limping at the moment. She's gone to go lie down in the shade of a tree, and we'll see what happens, and hopefully she'll recover from this. This is not the first time we've seen lions limping from a successful or failed hunting attempt. These animals are incredibly resilient to these misfortunes that do occur out here, and we'll just have to monitor her going forward.
So you can see this is pretty much all that's left of the buffalo the lions were eating yesterday. It's really just the head and spine, or skull and spine, that's left.
Stations, there's a number of lions inside Mulwati, just south of the junction with Mulwati Dam, crossing members of the Nkuhuma Pride and Northern Avoca Coalition. We have one of the youngest members of the Nkulma Pride here. Busy giving itself a clean, licking between its claws on its paw there. Nice morning routine for it. Persistence pays off, and we've just come across the rest of the Nkulma Pride here. See the number of cubs lying around. A couple of females just behind them to the right, and they're resting up in the shade of a russet bush willow at the moment. There's also one of the members of the Northern Avoca Coalition here. He's just lying down in the shade as we actually came across the pride because we saw him walking through the grass towards them. And we think the other member of the coalition is in this area, and probably the rest of the lionesses as well. That single lioness with the injured eye as well as the injured hip, she's lying off probably about 300 to 400 yards away, also in the shade of a tree. But we'll be seeing what will happen over the next couple of minutes. But as you can see, the skies are starting to clear, and the heat and the mercury and the temperature gauges is rising. So Jaco, what's going on here? Yeah, it seems to be that that lioness over there is pretty estrus, staying heat, and that's attracting that northern Avoca male. And you can see he's really keeping his eyes on her. Wherever she goes, he will go, and basically he's courting her and probably look for opportunity to mate with her. Right folks, so it's almost 9 o'clock now. As you can see by our bright shiny faces, the sun has emerged from the clouds that were very apparent this morning, and we've ended up coming across the Nkulma Pride and the Northern Avoca Male Coalition. They're busy resting up in the shade now because of the heat, and what we're going to do, we're going to leave them to rest up throughout the morning, and probably this afternoon we'll come back here, see if there's been any change, or see if we can follow them if they've gone anywhere. Malawati Dam is not too far from here, so I think that's where they'll go and have a drink at some point during today, and hopefully tonight there'll be a bit more activity. But Jaco, it's amazing how
It's been a look for wild dogs, find lions kind of morning.
yeah.
But yeah, I think now it's time for a breakfast. So yeah,
We were on our way home around Hornville. We have noticed a few vultures perched in some dead trees and descending over there. Let's quickly go and investigate. Yeah.
nice leopard. See it,
There you go. I just found a leopard. It looks like it might have just killed an impala ram. It is quite uncommon to have this many vultures, well, a leopard, a large kill, to be seen by this many vultures. I wonder if he has stolen it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself and Melanie, we have just left camp and we're going to head towards Moati Dam, where we're going to follow up on the Nkahuma pride that was seen this morning with the 2 northern evoker males. There's also some tracks of wild dogs in that area this morning, so we're kind of hoping that we might get lucky with the wild dogs and the lions. But yeah, let's see what happens. I do have a very good feeling about this afternoon. Also, the weather is very good for predators to be active. It's nice and cool and overcast, so yeah, let's see what happens.
Hello, so we found the lions. They are all flat out at the moment. In the last 2 days they've eaten a buffalo, so they're all still quite well fed and they're definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. For now they're just sleeping and we are going to sit with them and see how it plays out. Well folks, it's been one incredible afternoon here on MalaMala Game Reserve. Myself and Jaco have sat with the Nkahuma pride for about plus minus 2.5 hours. It's been absolutely incredible. Towards the end of our sighting, the cubs were playing. It's just been phenomenal. But we are going to leave them to enjoy the evening and we are going to head back to camp. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay safe out there and stay tuned for more.